Hello and welcome to Coffee with Toni. So, bit of a, I don't know, nightmare? I don't know. I'm not going to get caught up in it. It's just one of those things that happen. But my whole intention was to go live today with you with Coffee with Toni. I haven't been live for a long time and I was looking forward to it. So I've got a video here that I'm recording, and I'm also recording on my phone because I was set up to go on Instagram live as well, except for I think there are, internet gremlins. This morning when I was on my private coaching calls with my clients, there was, we couldn't get a stable connection. We had to, they dropped out, I dropped out, and it was just a little bit of a nightmare. But I am here and doing this for you because we did have some questions come in over Messenger, so I am going to answer those. But if you've got any other questions going forward, I'm going to be doing this on a regular basis, so I would love for you to participate, and I invite you to ask any questions or any challenges, or if you're wanting tips on anything, then I am here for you. So before I start, for those of you that don't know me, I am Toni. I am the founder of Successful Salons. So my laptop, I'm the founder of Successful Salons, and I'm also the founder of Successful Salons Club. Now, Successful Salons Club is the world's largest online library of salon tools and resources. So it's designed specifically for the hair and beauty industry, and we cover everything from mindset to marketing to systems and strategies to team culture and finances as well. So we have so much goodness in there. And that was a lot. I am, I'm a mum of 2 girls. I started my salon many moons ago now. I had my salon, must have been about 12 years ago. And my youngest was 8 months old when I bought the salon. Now, I have an amazing story, and the story is that I actually created a 6-figure salon in under 12 months. Now, as much as that sounds amazing, and it totally was, don't get me wrong, it wasn't in the first 12 months of business. It was more like in the first 18 months of business. Those first 6 months, I tell you, they were a trying time. That was probably the hardest I had worked, and probably the brokest I'd ever been in my life. So although my story is great, and I did achieve some phenomenal results, and I went on to sell my salon for 6 times what I paid for it, which was amazing, which brought me over to creating and developing successful salons and helping other salon owners do what I did, but also creating their own version of success, because we all have our own versions of success and they are completely different. So, for somebody, it could be, having that, being able to, pick their children up from school and, going to work for a 5-hour block, or, whatever it is, that's their version of success. It might be being able to pay themselves, $55,000 a year. That is their version of success. And none of those are right or wrong. They are just what is meant for you right now. So I applaud whatever you're doing, and I encourage you to keep going after your dreams. So I have and I say Coffee with Toni, but I am definitely trying to not drink coffee after 12, after lunch, because, I just think I could get a better quality sleep. So I actually have a hot water because I'm trying to keep my water intake up as well, which is never easy. So let me know where you're from. I'd love to know. I know that you'll be watching this as a replay because, unfortunately, for whatever reason, I wasn't meant to go live, and I'm not going to get caught up in it, and I'm not going to get upset about it. It is what it is, and I'm here with you now, doing the best that we can with what we've got. So I am back. So I tell you what is going on. It just completely disappeared. Anyway, So let me know where you're from. Let me know what type of salon that you have. If you've got any questions or any challenges that you'd like to know, like just, put it there. We'll have another post going up about the Q&A next week, and I'll definitely be doing that and making sure that we can go live, because that's always good. So we'll be doing our best to make sure that this is happening. So we had a question come in. And the person probably wants to remain anonymous, so I am going to give them that and just answer their question. So before I do that, if you have any questions that come up from what I'm talking about, or you decided that you would like to ask a question, then just pop it down below and I will make sure myself or one of our team get that question and we can answer it on next week's Q&A. So one of the questions today we've got, do you have any tips on how to get more done in my business? Wow. Interesting question. I think so many times we are so blinking hard on ourselves about we feel like we should be getting so much done, or we're comparing ourselves to, our chapter 5 to somebody else's chapter 25. And it's like, we just have to give ourselves a little bit of grace. And, just think you are where you're meant to be. You're right where you're meant to be right now. And hold on to that, because it's not about getting to the destination. It's about the journey. It's about learning. It's about, embracing some of those challenges, and yes, it's going to get messy. Yes, it's going to get uncomfortable, but that's how we learn and that's how we come out through the other side. So do I have any tips on how to get more done in your business? I certainly do. So it depends if you're looking to be more productive or if you are looking to be, more intentional. So let's start with the intention. So intention, I think like we can go through the week and get to the end of the week and go, wow, where did that week go? Or, oh, I didn't get that done. Oh, I should have done that. Or you wake up in the middle of the night going, oh my gosh, I should have done that. Or you're having to work the weekend and, may not necessarily be in your business, but it might be on your business. So you want to get really intentional about what it is that you want to achieve for that week. So I think when it's, when people come to setting intentions, and we talk about planning all the time, we talk about, goal setting and things like that. And yes, you should be, goal setting, and you should have your plans and all that. But when it comes to setting your intentions are working towards your ultimate goals, whether it be monthly, quarterly, weekly, 6 monthly, or the yearly. But your intentions are getting you towards that. Now, when we set intentions, I think sometimes we think they have to be really big, like a really big intention, or that we have to have quite a few intentions. So one of the things we do in Game Changers, which is my accountability group for salon owners, and it's all about being focused and accountable and getting results. This is one of the things that we do. We set intentions, and every Monday we set the intentions of what is going to happen for the week. Now, it doesn't mean that you have to write down 5 to 10 things that you're going to do, because you look at that to-do list and it's just overwhelming. Like, if I get overwhelmed, I'm out the gate, like I'm gone. So definitely being overwhelmed is not something that I do well, or I encourage for anyone else to do. But set an intention that is going to do something to help move your business forward. So one of the examples that I shared with our Game Changers was, for instance, your intention is to say, generate an extra $500 worth of revenue this week. Okay, that is the intention. So your intention wants to inspire you. It has to be fun. But why do you want to make that extra $500 in revenue? So you want to give that money a purpose. So everything, especially money likes to have a purpose. I'm sure you've heard it before. So, that $500 that you want to generate, the purpose for that could be, I'm going to book a holiday or a night away with my husband or I'm going to take myself away, or I've got a tax bill to pay, or I've got an outstanding bill, or it's a deposit I need to bring in a new range of something. So you're giving it a purpose. So you're inspired, you're feeling passionate and inspired to make that extra $500 because that $500 is going to help you get what it is that you want. Then you have to think about, okay, so now what is the actions that I need to take? So the actions might be, okay, I need to send out an email to my VIP clients with an awesome offer for them, like a no-brainer. And that way I'm going to send it out to 15 people and it's at $100 and I only need 5 of them to take me up on it. If I get an extra 5, bonus. Or I can say we've sold out. So then that way you're inspired, like the action of writing that email may not inspire you or motivate you to do it, but the intention of why you are doing it, which is the weekend away or paying the bill or whatever, is inspiring you to do it. So when you're wanting to get more out of your, more done in your week, look at what intentions that you are setting. Because I know, and especially when I was a business, like a salon owner, I'm still a business owner, a salon owner, I would sometimes get to the end of the week and just be like, wow. Or I'd wake up in the middle of the night thinking, I haven't done that, or I should have done that. And it's like, you're not in control of your business. Your business is in control of you. And if that's how you feel, I really encourage you to turn the situation around as fast as you can, because you are worth so much more. And honestly, life is a lot easier when you are in control of your business. And I don't mean control like controlling every aspect of it. I mean, just like your business is no longer controlling you. You get to have weekends off. You get to go home and you get to, deplug. You're not getting messages from people booking in. You're not getting your team members, ringing you or, messaging you and things like that. You really want to be in control of what is going on in your business. Bit of a sidetrack, I know, sorry. So making sure that you've got intention, making sure you know exactly what you're going to get done. If you know exactly what you're going to get done that is going to help move your business forward, then you're definitely going to get to the end of the week feeling a little more accomplished of what you've done. The other thing that you can do is like time block. So I do this, but I'm not really that good at doing it, and I need to get better at it because it does work. And there's pros and cons for everything. So people think by multitasking you achieve a lot more, and studies have proven it. You actually don't. So if you can time block, so put like if you're in your calendar that maybe you're on the floor from 9 till 11, okay, but from 11 till 1 you've got a 2-hour gap. You can put this in there, like you can block out your calendar, because remember, it's your business. You get to design it how you like. Okay, so you take that 2 hours and you go, okay, I'm going to work on my marketing for 2 hours. So that block there, so you know that at that time you're going to work on your 2 hours. So the night before, you've got everything ready that you need in order to set yourself up to make sure that's a really productive 2 hours and to get whatever marketing it is that you need done. Or it could be you're going to work on your policies and procedures, or you can put another time block in for that. Or you could be putting, or you could be putting in, I'm going to work on my finances, or I'm going to working on invoice or stock or whatever it is. By time blocking it, you can get more done, and it doesn't have to be 2 hours. It can just be like 90 minutes or an hour, but as long as you're prepared for that time and got everything you need, then you're going to make sure that time is productive. Now, yes, do we need to do things at home? Sometimes. I think that, as part of being a business owner, that you never really just leave it behind. It's always like ticking over in here. But can we do things to make sure that it's not consuming us at home and that we're present? And yes, definitely. So I really want to encourage you to get intentional, do some time blocking. One of the bundles in Successful Salons Club is how to be productive without the burnout. Heather Legg did this for us. She's a productivity queen, and she has a tool that you set a timer for 20 minutes. I think it's 20 minutes. You set a timer for 20 minutes and then you just work on that complete task for 20 minutes. And there's lots of high performance coaches out there that will encourage this, because, you know, when you're working on one complete task, it's about setting those boundaries. So like I said before, if you've got 2 hours at your salon and you're working on your marketing, then you want to make sure that that 2 hours is uninterrupted. So people aren't coming in and interrupting you. People aren't coming in and asking you questions. People aren't, you know, coming in and having a chat like out the back and you get caught into that conversation. So you want to make sure it's really productive time. You know, you're not scrolling through social media and things like that. So hopefully those tips will help you with getting more done in your business during a week. I probably could say a lot more too. If you got any questions on that, just let me know. Hopefully I covered it, and hopefully those tips were really helpful. I mean, you can take those away and start implementing straight away. Okay, so sorry, I've got phone calls and emails coming through. I feel like giving up and closing my business. So if you're watching this replay, I'm sure that at some stage you've probably felt this way, because I certainly did. There was many times. There was this particular night, I remember, when I had my salon, and I'm not averse to feeling like I'm giving up now. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm human, but I love what I do, so there's no chance of that. I just might go through that. But there was this night when I had my salon and I was just in tears, because it didn't seem like anything that I tried, anything that I was doing was working. It wasn't generating the results I wanted. You know, it was, anyway, it did change. But yes, we all feel like giving up. And the one thing that I can probably say to you is, remember your why. Why are you doing this? Why did you start out in it? I know for me, I was, when I brought the salon, and complete transparency, like I am really open about this, I do not come from the industry. I am not a hairdresser. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a technician, anything like that. My background is management, and I bought my business because I wanted a business that did not rely on me to make the money. And, you know, in the end, it was great. And it didn't rely on me to make money. But there was lots of teething and problems and mountains to climb and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, you do feel like you want to give up. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like this salon owner business is a challenge. And some days are really, really hard, and some days are so friggin' fun. It's not even funny. Like, yeah, just owning a business is fun, but think about why you did it. What was your why? So for me, it was, I wanted a business that didn't rely on me to make money so that I could be home with my children. And because my youngest was 8 months old and my eldest was 10, yeah, so there's 10 years between them, got that right. And we didn't have any family where we were living. And my husband's a firefighter, so he's on a rolling roster all the time. And they have, you know, overtimes and callbacks and all that sort of stuff. So I found it really, really difficult when I was in my management position. Found it quite a challenge to be able to, you know, have that balance. And I knew I didn't want to go back to that. So that, you know, being there for my children was a really big why for me. And I just want to encourage you and invite you to, you know, if you're feeling like that's okay. Give yourself some grace. Like, you know, you don't have to be high vibe all the time. Like, you know, I think sometimes we think that we have to be, you know, this high vibe up here constantly, you know, that whole positive, you know, positive vibe and things like that. But You can have your down days. Okay, it's just we don't want you staying there for too long. So a down day, down hours, down minutes, whatever it is, and just think about, what it is that you love about your business. So sometimes I can get down on myself, like complete honesty. I can get down on myself and I think, oh, if somebody doesn't, renew with the program or um, with my private coaching, I can think, oh, well, what have I done? But it's not about what have I done. It's just about, okay, that time has run its course, and I can't. And even if I think some of my private clients still need coaching, or some of my group clients I still think still have a little bit way to go and could benefit from continuing, I can only give them my recommendation. They get to make their decision, so I can't make it about me at all. And then I look about and I think, okay, she's not coming back or he's not coming back or whatever. And then I think, oh, what did I do wrong? It's because it's easy. That's human nature. We go into that. What did I do wrong? What could I have done better? Things like that. But then I think, okay, I've had this client who's gone from $50,000 a year to $500,000 a year. I've got this client who's gone from 1 staff to 8 staff members and is highly profitable. I've got this team member who had this member that's had a 32% increase. I've got this team member and I can remember all the good things. So, try and remember all the good things. Try and remember, the smiles that you put on people's faces, the fun that you have, the freedom it gives you. One of the things that my husband and I are so, so grateful for, and because he is on a rolling roster, we get to spend a lot of time together as well. But, if we were to go into town, like, that Huppa State in the morning to grab a coffee or go for a walk along the beach, we would see lots and lots of people rushing around, rushing off to school, rushing off to work. And, it's like we're so grateful that we don't have to do that anymore. Like, we get to meander through our day and enjoy it and be, grateful for those things. So think about what it is your why and what other benefits are you getting from your business? Can you get some help to help you with the things that aren't working? Can you actually identify what is not working and then put action plans into place for it? Feeling like this is probably not going to be the last time you feel like that. And I don't say that to, be a downer or anything like that. I just say that to be realistic. But remember, what you focus on is what you get. So if you're going to continue focusing on, I really don't like my business, this business is really hard work, that's what you're going to get. My clients are always annoying, or whatever it is you're saying. You're going to get more of that. So how can you turn it around? One of the really cool things that I love to do is journal. It took me a while to find my rhythm with it, but you can start to journal and write out what is frustrating you, and sometimes it feels better, and then sometimes it'll be what can I do in order to make sure that this doesn't happen again? And then you'll have all these ideas and your pen will just start to flow and you're writing it down. And I don't want you to analyze what you're writing or anything. Just let it flow and see what comes out, and see how you can how you feel from that, and do something for yourself. Honestly, life's too short to be hard on yourself. And saying that, I really want to encourage you to take care of you and take care of your mental health, because it can be challenging. Well, it is challenging being a business owner, but you do need to take care of yourself. So you need to be filling up you. You need to be making sure that your cup is full. So finding things that bring you joy and doing those things so that you are not empty. Because when you are dealing with your clients, and you can all probably agree with me on this, is that your clients take a lot of energy from you. They do. And some clients take far more energy than than you want them to. So it's about protecting yourself. So I have a trick, when you've got energy sucking people. And I'm not saying that all your clients are like that, but your clients do take your energy from you. So it's really important that you're doing things to fill your cup up. Now, I know that sometimes people have said to me things like, I don't have the money to go and buy myself this, or go and have a treat, or whatever it is. And I get that, but it doesn't have to be like that. Like one of my luxuries that I absolutely, I have a couple, that I absolutely love is taking a bath. I have a bath bomb or bubbles or whatever, oils, bath salts, and I love it. And that's relatively inexpensive. I mean, you can buy bath salts for like a big bag for like $5. Um, you know, Relatively inexpensive. You don't have to have the bath salts, bath bombs, Lush. I love their bath bombs. I'm very spoiled. I get given them all the time by my family. So those are the things that, and a really good a friend of mine taught me that, that's one of the things that she does. And she's like, it doesn't have to be expensive. And the other luxury thing that I love to do is go for a walk along the beach, like when the sun is out, and have a cup of coffee, or something like that, and just go sit there and read a book or go for a walk. That's relatively inexpensive, but it just fills me up with so much joy and love that I love to do it. And I find if I don't do those type of things, that's when my head goes and I'm all over the place and everything's a little bit messy, and I can focus on those things that are not so good. But we want to try and focus on the positive. So I know I rambled a little bit, but remember your why. Remember why you're doing this, and pick yourself up, do something for you, take care of you, read a book. I know how lonely it can be being a salon owner and not having the support around you. So make sure that you get the support. Join a group, join, so that you are getting the support that you want. There's lots of resources out there, and there's lots of people out there wanting to help you. Nobody wants to see you fail. So don't sit there on your own. Ask for help, reach out, join programs like, Successful Salons Club has all these resources in there, and it's got the Facebook group as well, and it's like $44 a month. Like, that's New Zealand. So your investment doesn't have to be huge, and you will make 4 times your wages. I mean, 4 times your investment back on just doing some of those things that are in Successful Salons Club. I'm all about making a return on your investment, but that will be for another Coffee with Toni. Let's go. Where are we up to? Okay, let's do one more question. Sometimes it feels like I'm constantly putting out fires. There must be a better way. Yeah. Yes, there is a better way. But yes, sometimes it can definitely feel like that. Especially if you've got team members. So one of the things that I can talk about is systems and strategies. So systems and strategies will help you with this, so you're not constantly feeling like you're putting out fires. So one of the things that I really encourage, like all our club members, the members in my accountability program and my private clients, is really to get on top of your systems and strategies. I mean, your systems, your policies and procedures. So, and that can be daunting, just thinking about your policies and procedures. But when you start to have a really robust policies and procedures manual, you stop managing people and you start managing policy, and that is a game changer. So you need policies and procedures for everything. So, and you'll have protocols for all your treatments and facials and, things like that. But you also want protocols, policies and procedures for how you want consistency in your business. So, how do people apply for leave? What is actually, a specific job description? You know, we call them role profiles in Successful Salons Club, and we have them all set out for you exactly what a role profile is. We talk to you how you introduce it, and then we take you through the performance development review that goes with that. But a role profile goes down into so much detail about what the expectations are of that team member, so that it's very, very clear. So when you're hiring a new team member, you've got to make sure that you give them a role profile so they know exactly what your expectations are of them, and they come in with their eyes wide open. Nothing is, well, you didn't tell me that, because a lot of the time was like, oh, you could say, Sarah, tell me about why this wasn't done, or tell me about this with a client, or tell me about this. And Sarah will be like, I don't know. But Sarah, we talked about it. Oh, did we? I can't remember. So to avoid those conversations, having policies and procedures in place, but it takes you to have the follow through. So when somebody says, can I have, or how do you do this? And I'm not talking about the technical side of things. I'm more talking about, how do I apply for leave? Okay, if you go to the policies and procedures manual, you'll see in there under HR, the leave, and how to apply for leave. I thought I got paid for this. Okay, if you go into here, then the Holidays Act is there. If you go into here, then you'll be able to see where that is, and it gives you something to go back on, and it makes sure that you are having consistency throughout your salon, so that everybody is on the same page and everyone is getting treated fairly. And that's what I love about these role profile systems. They are friggin' amazing, is that they actually are unemotional. Not unemotional as in we're not caring or anything like that, but they are based on facts. So, you have team members always asking, not always asking, but team members will be asking for a pay rise. Now, what do you base that pay rise on? So you have to make sure that, and this is why these performance development reviews and role profiles work amazingly well, because if somebody needs to be making this and performing at this level in order to get their pay rise. And so we go through it all, and there's percentages and calculations and everything. And there, it's all relatively easy, but everything is there so that you can make an informed decision on whether this person is actually an asset to your business or is a liability. And if they're a liability, that just means that room for improvement, and you have the opportunity to create an action plan with them to move them forward so that they can get that pay rise that they are after. So really, in putting out fires, it does comes down to your policies and procedures, your systems that you have in place. Like, for your point of sale, you have systems on around how things are done. If you haven't got a system on how to cash up at night and things like that, then you want that. If you haven't got a system on, closing up at night, you want that, and opening. So making sure that everything is done, it's all timely, and it's consistent. So really, my biggest thing is to systems, your policies and procedures. Now, I know that some of you may be rolling your eyes because the thought of doing policies and procedures can be quite daunting. And Successful Salons Club, we do have a done for you policies and procedures manual. You just get to download it, and then you get to change anything that doesn't suit your culture or wording or anything like that. You get to change it. You get to change the steps if you want to. Everything in there is interchangeable, but policies and procedures are a great way. And we also take you through how to introduce them to your team as well, because nobody wants to be throwing a whole policies and procedures manual and learn this. And there is, you want to get your teams buy-in on this. So there is a way that we teach you how to do that in Successful Salons Club as well. So that is all the questions I have for today. So I hope that has been insightful for you. I do apologize for, not being able to go live. That had no control over. So let it go. But I've recorded this. I've had fun doing it, and I hope to see you all live next week. If you've got any questions, please leave them below, and I will put them and I will answer them in the next Q&A. Other than that, have the most fabulous week, and I will see you next week.